So, if you're anything like me, you didn't really know this movie existed. I saw a poster for it in the movie theater that I work at, and I was just like, I don't know what that is. It's been on the wall for like 3 weeks now, and I didn't think to look at a trailer. I honestly didn't think we were gonna get it. And then we did, and I was like, well, I guess I have to watch it now. So I went in completely blind. I didn't know really anything that it was about. Yeah, we're talking about Infinite Storm. Infinite Storm was released in 2022. It was written by Joshua Rowlands and directed by, and I apologize if I butcher this name, Malgorzata Zamowska. That's my guess. That's my best guess. And it stars Naomi Watts as Pam. No spoilers, so this is based on a true story about Pam, who is one of those forest rescue people on nature trails and mountains and stuff. And she finds this man on top of a mountain in the middle of a blizzard, and she's trying to get him off the mountain, but there's a backstory that kind of makes him not want to leave the mountain, and there's a backstory that makes her really want to get him off the mountain. That is not revealed to you until the last 10 minutes of the story. And so, I will say, the most frustrating part about this film is the time it takes for you to understand what's going on, because when you first meet the guy, he's very hesitant to leave the mountain, and I figured it was what it was, but they did not tell you. And I'm usually okay when movies try to withhold information from you just for effect. I get that. I get the point. I really do. However, this guy's just acting like a complete asshole to the people that are trying to help him, and it just seems like he's being an asshole instead of what the actual truth is, and that was really frustrating. As well as they show you glimpses of something that happens to Naomi Watts' character, but they don't actually tell you until the last little bit. And I'm like, why would you do that? I feel like this is something that we might have even gotten to before the story started. It's really frustrating to see that happen, because the movie is beautiful. The movie is it's beautifully shot. I mean, there are shots in this film that I'm certain were National Geographic 4K, 8K level cameras. It's beautiful. Beautiful shots. And the editing is really, really good too. I wish we had that story element a little bit earlier. That would have made it a little less frustrating to watch, because as an audience member, I was really frustrated. It was me and two old people behind me the whole movie. I don't know what they thought. I didn't get to talk to them before I left, but they probably liked it. They're old people. They usually like things like this. But I do want to say that one thing that I think about, it's beautiful. It is. But what I don't like about how beautiful it is that there are just shots that have no scale, right? We'll have a shot of, we'll have 7 shots, really, of Pam, going through the mountain, and then all of a sudden, this gigantic wide shot of a huge mountain, and my eyes are where's Pam? Where is she? Where'd Pam go? And I can't find Pam because she's not on the mountain. It's just an exterior shot of a mountain, which, granted, was a beautiful shot, but did not help further the story along at all. I'm wow, that's really pretty. Where's Pam? Oh yeah, she's not in the shot, because they didn't think to add her to it. And even when there are moments when you see Pam, it's really small. And I wish that they had more of those instead of just shots that just had mountains, because I like the shots of mountains. They're beautiful. But they had nothing to do with the story pretty much at all, other than be this is the mountain they're on. Yeah, I don't care what mountain they're on. Show me what they're doing on the mountain. That's what I want to know. And honestly, this film could have been shortened by 20 minutes if they just cut out shots of empty mountains. That would have been helpful as all hell. The story does progress rather quickly. I will say that it takes a little bit of time to get there, but once it starts, they're getting off the mountain. There's no time period for you to wait for them to get off the mountain. It's going to happen at some point. I will say that at the bottom right of the screen, they have a timer clock that appears every once in a while that tells you what time it is. And the thing about that is it tells you the specific time that things happened, okay? Now, first of all, I call bullshit. I don't think that I don't think that Pam in real life was 1:59 p.m. I made it to this part of the mountain. No, she'd be all right, about 2 o'clock I made it here. They're just taking the time, and they're just rounding it to the exact point where it's not even, so that it looks more real. And I hate that, because it makes no sense, and everyone knows. Everyone knows. It's you could have just said 2 o'clock instead of 1:59. and that would have been great. I would have appreciated that a lot. But they didn't. They went the other route that I don't like. So I'm very upset about that. I really, truly am. But I think the movie is good, though. Like, it left me feeling satisfied. I was at the end of it, I was emotional, honestly. There's some things that, like, I thought were happening, but I wasn't sure why. And I discovered, oh, okay, I know why now, and I'm sad about it, and I'm happy about a couple things. And it definitely does leave an impact, and it is more of an experimental film with a little bit more action than it needs, or a little bit less experimental than it needs. I haven't decided what, but one of those two things. But I did leave the theater feeling satisfied and happy, and it is a good movie. I think you should definitely check it out if you're into slow burns and just kind of movies that look really pretty and have a really interesting story that you're not really invested in until the end. But I'm going to go ahead and give Infinite Storm a B-. Have you guys seen Infinite Storm? Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about it. If you have not seen it and you're in the Oneonta area, we have it at Southside Cinemas if you want to stop by and check it out and say hello. I think you should see it. Like, it's not a movie that I would not go to see again. Like, I think it's a good movie. And honestly, if I went to see it again, I might pick up more things. I just wish that they gave you some story elements a little bit earlier, and it was pretty for no reason, and I don't like that. But other than that, good movie. Definitely check it out if you're interested. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. That would be a huge help to me. I would really appreciate it. Keeps the channel going, so please, please, please consider doing that. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.